we will look at why XRP is a lifetime investment. Keep it locked as we discuss Ripple in detail and probably give you reasons to invest in it. Welcome to Moneyside. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more. Compared to Bitcoin, XRP, also known as Ripple, its parent company, may be nowhere near as popular to the average person, but it's actually the third biggest cryptocurrency by market cap. So with so much interest in Ripple for one reason or another, and its increasing use in banking systems, is it a good investment? XRP is a good investment because of the huge potential it has to grow. Its low price makes it a great investment opportunity, and its use through the Ripple network as a token for ultra-quick currency transfers with ultra-low fees has seen its use increase among multinational banks. Ripple is a digital asset built for payments. It is the native digital asset of the XRP ledger, an open-source, permissionless, and decentralized blockchain technology that can settle transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. Ripple can be sent directly without needing a central intermediary, making it a convenient instrument in bridging two different currencies quickly and efficiently. Just as with its fellow altcoin, Ether, and its parent company, Ethereum, many people get the name of the currency mixed up with its parent network. In Ripple's case, its network is Ripple, an open-source protocol developed by Ripple Labs, more commonly known as just Ripple. Although XRP can now be spent in over 180 countries worldwide, this is not why it was created. The primary reason Ripple was created was for it to be used as a token to facilitate cross-border currency transfers through the Ripple network. Ripple price history. Since launching in 2013, XRP has seen some crazy price fluctuations in its history. Up until 2017, its price had barely managed to reach above 1 cent. But in March and April of that year, its price began to shoot up significantly. By the end of April, it was up to 5 cents, and it didn't stop there. Not by a long shot. By the end of May, it was up to 25 cents. It retraced slightly in the coming months, but then rocketed in price as 2017 closed and 2018 dawned. Just as other cryptocurrencies, most notably Bitcoin, which peaked at nearly $20,000, did at this time in the infamous crypto bull run. Its price peaked at $3.84 on January 4th, 2018. But within 2 weeks, it had lost more than half its value. By early 2019, it was around the 30-cent mark, and it hasn't risen above the 50-cent mark again to date. In terms of where XRP's price will go in the future, predictions vary between analysts. Some have said if Ripple continues on its road to wider adoption, its price could be as high as $200 to $300 by 2030. Other predictions have varied between $20, $17, and beyond $5, to name a few. Of course, no one has a crystal ball, and there are many factors involved in affecting Ripple's price in the future. There's a couple of factors that differentiate XRP from other coins. It isn't mined. Also, unlike Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, XRP isn't mined. Although there is a finite supply of the currency, Ripple is not created through the actions of miners. It is instead issued by its parent company, Ripple. When the currency was launched in 2013, 100 billion coins were created. But to date, less than half of that is currently in circulation. Coins are released periodically by Ripple from escrow. Doesn't operate on blockchain. Unlike Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, XRP doesn't operate on a blockchain. Instead, to verify transactions on the network, Ripple uses its own technology, the Ripple Protocol Census Algorithm, or RPCA. It works similar to a blockchain, though, in that there has to be a consensus for transactions to be verified on the network. It does so through a consensus protocol. Linked to the fact that Ripple doesn't operate on a blockchain is that it's centralized. With Bitcoin, for example, its whole original purpose is to bypass the involvement of third parties. But with Ripple, it is controlled solely by its parent company, Ripple. Its services are sold to banks, something unthinkable with Bitcoin. XRP HODL. To store any cryptocurrency, you'll need a digital wallet. Wallets come in many different types. Some are offline, some online. Some are more secure than others. Check out our full guide to cryptocurrency wallets to find the best one for you. If you're thinking of holding cryptocurrency for a long period, then you'll want to have a hosted wallet service. We'll take GateHub as an example. To have an active wallet address, Ripple requires you to make a one-time 30 XRP deposit. Once you've created and verified your GateHub account, go ahead and do this with the XRP you've purchased. You can also transfer Ripple from exchanges to your hosted wallet service. All you need is the wallet address, which you can get from your GateHub wallet page. Hit that subscribe button for more. The pros of Ripple. Bank partnerships. In terms of practical value, this is possibly Ripple's biggest advantage. Over 100 banks have teamed up with Ripple, and this puts them in the right spot for them to be the #1 digital assets payment system. Banks know the value of having zero latency and instantaneous payments, and by working with Ripple, they stand to gain. It also serves as an internal exchange mechanism for banks and financial institutions, selling Ripple directly to them so they can conduct global payments. Fast settlement and zero latency. Ripple's biggest pro is that it is expediting global liquidity of currency through its fast payments and low processing fees. It can already execute 1,000 transactions per second, which is much faster than most of its competitors. There is almost a near zero latency in transactions because of their Paychan feature. Transactions made through Paychan occur at a fraction of a cost of credit card transactions. Here alone, Ripple could save billions of dollars in expenses. Infinite scaling. Ripple's inherent design allows for infinite scaling. If you don't know, scaling is a serious blockchain that deals with how a blockchain technology is going to deal with an increasing number of users. This continues to be a problem even with mature coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. While many developers are working on this problem, none have a truly comprehensive solution. Ripple's Interledger protocol allows different blockchains to work together, a clever solution to the scaling problem. What this does is that it permits transactions to be carried out across different ledgers. Instead of dealing with the increase of one ledger, why not let information flow across different ledgers? It's similar to the early protocols that were established to help the internet's infrastructure grow. The cons are not obstacles that will grind Ripple to a halt, but they are issues that need to be addressed if Ripple is to grow. The cons of Ripple. Anonymity. Most cryptocurrencies offer a great degree of anonymity, although none are perfect. Ripple, however, offers a lesser degree of anonymity. Efforts are being made to make Ripple a fully anonymous currency, though don't count on it happening soon. Ownership of a lot of coins. Another negative aspect of Ripple is that the company itself owns 63% of all the coins, which means they control the prices. One of the most appealing things about cryptocurrency, at least to the general public, is that the direction in which the coin goes is dictated by users, not single entities. Ripple's large hold on coin circulation has put off some cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Gateway counterparty risk. If you're transacting on an untrustworthy gateway on Ripple, there's a chance you could lose your coins. If you're holding coins on this gateway and the other party doesn't follow through on their obligations, it puts your stake at risk. Ripple is working their way around this problem. Trustworthy gateways will be certified as so, and multiple gateways can be used to establish a multi-level method of trust. XRP News. According to CoinDesk users of SBI's cryptocurrency exchange, they can lend XRP for a return of 0.1% per annum. A subsidiary of Japan-based financial services company SBI Holdings said Thursday it will allow customers to lend the XRP cryptocurrency in return for interest. According to an announcement from the group's crypto exchange, SBI VC Trade, Ripple lending is available from today with a lending period of 84 days. The minimum loan amount is 1,000 XRP, around $389 at the time of writing, and the maximum is 100,000 XRP, about $38,900 at the time of writing. Interest, described as a usage fee, is a fairly meager 0.1% per annum, including tax. The crypto lending service launched in November 2020, allowing users to loan Bitcoin at 1% interest. SBI VC Trade was launched in 2018 and focused initially on the trading of XRP. SBI has a business relationship with Ripple, the blockchain payments firm closely associated with Ripple. Ripple saw its value fall after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission took Ripple to court in late December, alleging the firm broke securities laws with the retail sales of the cryptocurrency. A number of U.S. exchanges, including Coinbase and Binance US, have since delisted XRP, but SBI has said it is not considered a security in Japan. If you're considering Ripple as an investment, go for it. It's only going to rise in value in the upcoming years. They are constantly upgrading the system and pulling in financial institutions to use on their platform. The clear purpose, to improve global transactions with what they are working with, gives them a better sense of direction than other coins. Of the top coins on the market, it is one whose use cases give it something of a safety net. Ripple shot up in 2017, and that trend will continue in 2018. If you want to get in on the game, now's the time to do so. For 2018, we'll see the value double or triple. It's both an excellent short-term and long-term investment. Now tell us your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on the subscribe button below. Turn on those notifications to get informed whenever we post our amazing content. We'll see you in the next video.